Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome to day 13 of the Nick Graves Trades Bootcamp. We have one more day left after today, and this has been a long journey. Hopefully, you guys have been learning as much details as possible. But today is going to be a pretty important video because this doesn't have anything to do with strategy. This doesn't have anything to do with chart analysis. This doesn't have anything to do with PD arrays. This has to do with personal money growth and how to handle your money. And also, I guess I'll talk a little bit at the end about how to handle your prop firms and how to pass them efficiently and how to scale efficiently. You know what? Let's do that first. Let's go over prop firms, and then I'm gonna get into the taxes and how to save money as much as possible. So number one with prop firms, right? I'm gonna type this out because I want you guys to see this. With prop firms, there's a couple of things. One, you don't spend time on evals. That is the first thing. Prop firms want you to be in eval jail. That is how they make their money. Again, only 3% of traders are profitable. Only 3% of traders get a payout. Actually, let me read that. Only 0.1% of traders are profitable, and only 3% of traders get a payout. So the thing that prop firms want you to do is to spend time on evals, to be in eval jail. Number one, don't spend time on evals. But how do you do that? You have to risk heavier. I see people trading evals, trading 3 micros on evals and spending months on trying to pass evals who have been trading. If you're a beginner trying to pass evals, 100% take it slow. Treat it like a paper account, even though it's real money. But like if you are someone who has gotten payouts and are scared to pass evals, that is when the prop firms are going to make their money from you. You need to risk heavier. And this is how I go on risking evals. I trade 1 to 2 minis depending on volatility. So, depending on volatility. So I trade 1 mini if the market is insanely volatile, and I trade 2 minis if it's pretty slow. 1 mini, all you need is 75 points to half pass a 50K eval, and then 2 minis is 37.5 points to half pass a 50K eval. So normally, if it's very volatile, like CPI news drop or something like that, I'll only trade 1 mini if I'm very confident, in where I expect price to go. But then I'll trade 2 minis if I'm a little less confident in the volatility, but I'm still confident in the trades. And that's how I do it. For those of you that don't know, there is a way to pass evals in 1 day. And I will explain that here. 1,500 New York and then 1,500 Asia. So how do you do this? You make $1,500 in New York session. The market closes at 4 p.m. Eastern. 4 p.m. to like 5:30 Eastern. 6 p.m. Eastern, the market opens back up. You are able to trade again, and this counts as a separate trading day. So you can make $1,500 during Asia, and you can activate your account that night and have it ready for New York the next morning. So if I end up blowing my accounts, I'll always buy the eval same day, get $1,500 on them, and then I'll pass it later that night, right? That is really key to know if you guys are trying to be on fundeds, because the thing, when you become profitable, you have to understand the longer that you are not on evals is the longer you're losing money. Why? Because the only way you're able to make money is if you're on a funded, unless you're a LARP and you fake your payouts and everything. I completely understand that. But if you're actually trying to make money from trading like I am and you are watching this video, I highly recommend you always being on an XFA and always having some sort of backups. Now, let's get into scaling, right? Let's get into the scaling version of prop firms and how to actually like really scale and go from 1 account to 5 accounts to max payouts, right? Number 1 rule, do not have more than 1 account if you are not consistently getting payouts. That is a rule for me and for all of my students that I tell them. You have no right to be buying and using and trading more than 1 account at the same time if you are not consistently getting payouts. And why? It's because I made this mistake when I started trading. I got a couple payouts. I thought I was that guy. I thought I was Timothy. I was greatly wrong, greatly mistaken. Why? I would buy 2 to 3 accounts. I would be like, oh, are we gonna cook up? Are we gonna start to get max payouts? We can make a lot more money. And I wouldn't even be able to pass the evals because there's so much more pressure on me. And even when I got to the XFA stages, I would just blow them because I was so scared to copy trade them, right? Do not trade more than one account if you are not consistently getting payouts. Once you are consistently getting payouts, my recommendation is jump straight to 5, right? Jump straight to 5 accounts. There's no reason to go from 1 to 2, then 2 to 3, then 3 to 4. If you're going to be copy trading multiple accounts, it's going to be the same as copy trading 2 to 5. Why? Because you have more than one account. You're already having to enable a copy trader. You're already enabling more risk. You're already getting used to it, right? But when you start on 5, make sure to de-risk. Don't be trading minis when you're trading 5, unless you are obviously profitable enough to do so, and the statistics back your trading. But I recommend jumping straight to 5 accounts once you prove that you can consistently get payouts, because I don't feel the need to go to 2 before going to 5. I feel like you jump straight to 5 because you can prove to yourself that you consistently do get payouts. And the sun's beaming in. Awesome. But I do recommend trading anywhere between 2 to 3 micros first starting once you jump straight to 5 accounts. But yeah, that is how I go with scaling prop firms. I mean, obviously the best prop firms I recommend is Lucid. Code NGT saves you 50% off your first 2 accounts. Alpha, Code NGT saves you 10% off. Everything's linked to the bio for if you guys want to find out which ones I use. But yeah, that is everything having to do with prop firms. Now, let's get into the real money part of this video and how you're going to be able to save money, how you're going to be able to use your taxes to your advantage. All right. Number 1, I'm going to put this in order. If you are a full-time trader, create an S corp. Sorry. Create an S corp. So, how you go along with this? You create an LLC under your state's name, right? And this is information people pay thousands of dollars for, by the way, and I'm giving you guys for free. Before you create an S corp, you obviously have to create an LLC, but you turn that LLC into an S corp. You file for an S corp. Obviously, get yourself a good tax agent or someone that you know that you trust for a really good CPA. You create an LLC under your state. After you create the LLC, you file for an S corp. Once you basically get under this S corp, you don't get the 15%. You don't get taxed 15% if you're making a lot of money. If you're making more than $100,000 in a year, I highly recommend creating an S corp. If you're making less than that, I mean, LLC is fine. You still get the tax write-offs, but if you create an S corp, everything is there for you. And you're able to use everything to your advantage. And also for if you're going to be a sole contractor or individual contractor, you're not going to get charged that 15% income tax on it because you're going to be paying yourself a salary. That's information your CPA is going to be able to help you out with. But that's if you need help, just DM me on Discord or whatever. But you need to create an S corp. Number 2, you need to be putting away, and this is going to sound like a lot, but just listen to me. 35% of taxes. All right. 35% of payouts / all income. And I'll just do all income because just as a life lesson for you guys too. 35% of all payouts. So if you get a 10K payout, you're going to save $3,500 of that and put it into taxes. Why? Because not only, obviously, you need the money for taxes when Uncle Sam comes around, but it gives you a buffer. It gives you a buffer to pay these taxes. If you have, think about how good this feels. Say you owe, let's say, 50K in taxes, and that's after tax write-offs and everything, completely everything. After everything is said and done, you owe 50K in taxes. If you save 35% of all payouts, and if you do the S corp with your tax write-offs, you're probably going to have an extra $15,000 to $20,000 just laying around. Imagine what you can do with that. Imagine what you can do with another $15,000 to $20,000 laying around in your bank account. I'm excited. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know. But when time comes around, it's going to be there for me because I'm smart with my money. I have an S corp. I have bookkeeping. I have all this. And this brings me into the next key thing that you guys need to be doing is keeping track of all expenses and income. So I use Google Drive and QuickBooks to keep track of everything. You need to be keeping track of all your expenses and income having to do with trading. Why? This is how you're able to organize your tax write-offs. This is how you're able to organize how much you're money making. This is how you're able to organize how much you owe in taxes, all the above, right? As soon as I buy an eval, I write it in my Google Drive because normally I buy in batches of 5. So I put Lucid minus $92 times 5 because that's how much one Lucid Flex is for me with code NGT, save 50% off. And I multiply it by 5 because I buy 5 of them. And again, use ChatGPT, just copy and paste the whole entire thing and it'll keep track of everything for you. But you need to be keeping track of every single eval that you have bought throughout the year because that is how you're able to use the tax write-offs. And obviously everything is on the prop firm for you to use for receipts and everything, but you need to be keeping track of everything, guys, everything. And these 3 things right here are going to save you thousands of dollars when it comes due time for taxes, right? And I wanted this to be a lesson for you guys because you guys need to be smart with your money. If you guys are making a lot of money from trading or even starting to make a little bit of money and you're not keeping money or putting money away from taxes, you're going to get fried when you can't just forget about taxes. Uncle Sam is always going to get you. The IRS is always going to get you, but there's ways around it. There's ways to pay less money. And these are the 3 ways. And I'm giving you guys thousands of dollars of information for free right here because people pay a lot of money for this stuff, but I love you guys and I'm gonna give you guys for free. But yeah, these are really important things that you guys need to know when it comes to saving money from taxes. But yeah, guys, I mean, this is day 13 of the Nick Graves Trades Bootcamp. We have one more day tomorrow, and then we have live trading Wednesday, Thursday, Friday on the YouTube. We're going to put everything tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be the conclusion video. I'm basically just going to be I guess, hindsight back testing, showing you guys like the complete strategy, the complete conclusion. I'm super excited for that. Love you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you guys have not yet, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.